Hey traders, I'm going to teach you guys how to use regression lines, draw them properly, and how they can be instrumental in identifying the actual pivot points on range highs and range lows. Okay, so we know we've been in this sideways consolidation for a long time here. Okay, and this was the final push up on this move right here. So if I anchor down on that low right there, regression line, go up there, and I try to find the highest point for the regression line before it rolls back over. Boom. Then activate, and then go down here on the bottom, do the same thing with it. Try to find the lowest point. There you go. And after doing that, that's an uptrend there, so edit. I personally make those green if you're trying to identify an uptrend. So what we're doing here, we're one time framing to the upside, okay, in a trend. And I think this right here, this here marks out a major low, in my opinion, right there. So we broke that over here. So what I'm going to do here is activate or draw a trend line, and I'm going to stop it where we violated that low. See that low right there? Right there. Okay, guys. Okay, same way with up here. We didn't violate it over here, so we can just draw it straight across. Oops, wrong thing. I'm sorry, I just had supper. Okay, guys, there you go. So that gives me the violation points on the trend. Okay, now that tells me this range right here is an important range. We violated the bottom, we violated the top. So now we're going to draw it again. Rinse and repeat. Okay, add regression line. We're trying to identify a high. That's the high. Activate. I think that is still very valid right there. Okay. Uh, you see where the low is right there? So you don't want that to uh, drift too far past that. Okay. So we know that right there has become new support right there on this regression move. Edit. Sorry about this. I forgot to do that last time. And we just draw our lines across. Where was it violated? Right there. And this one here has not been validated. So this is an untested area right here. So this is, if we're going to go to the downside, this area right here is the one that would be our major backtest support. Okay. See how we're stair stepping up. And this gives us the game plan on things going forward here. So what we do have here, this right here, high or low, okay, and it broke right here. So we do it one more time. Activate regression line. This move right here, now our regression line is right up here. Okay, guys, see how we almost immediately, started violating that? Boom, 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 boom. This is giving us a warning of a change in character. We broke it there, then we broke it there. That is giving us a warning of a change in market character. Okay. and that's the last time. And you see where we're having trouble right here at these highs. See how we're having trouble there? So what we're doing, the ranges are tightening up, tightening up, tightening up. So we're setting up for a big breakout, and we're not for sure which way let's go. Now that's on the upside. Now what you can do, now that we're one time framing lower here, you can turn these to red for a bearish scenario in the markets. And if you go like this, okay, go to that from that high and start drawing out a regression, bearish regressions, okay? And now we're switching the red on all of our lines. Okay, and gotta make sure my top point is activate. There you go. So right up here, so we found major resistance right up here on the very first time. On this move here, we're finding major resistance. So this here is warning us of major resistance right here. This is where the dealer cluster zone is rejecting. Okay, and I want to change this to red as well. Okay, guys, and so that's what's going on right here, right now. And we're starting. So we did that. Now, you can use this one here, but they're real close together. This one right here is what I'm going to use because we actually one time framed lower. Oops, I forgot to change color on the other one. I thought I did. But, oh, forgot to save it. Okay. We double check the upside here. Activate. So we had a coming up here. We had a lot of bullishness. We were trying to get up to here, up to these prior all-time highs, and we couldn't do it on this trend. So this was a failed trend. Okay. And it's projecting a move lower. Okay. So what does this tell us here? Okay. So we failed to come up and take out this last time we came up. We were projecting a move early on that was actually going to exceed this, and instead we didn't. We failed. Okay. Um, so be very mindful that the structure is warning us of a change there, and you can actually do this one here as well. This one here to verify what I'm saying here. Okay. A second here, guys. There you go. I want to double check this. Activate. Yeah, similar situation. So we're getting a double top. So this is a hard top right here. This is currently a very hard top for the markets. Extremely hard top up here, what we're projecting here. So we that being said, CS long range, these really long ranges here. Okay, we came down. We had a really nice recovery. You can actually put regression lines right or Fibonacci's right here, and what we're seeing here is from those the projected highs, we did a 50% retrace in today's. We came from the 78.6 a potential 78.6 rejection, all the way back down to 50% back test off of this trading range. So this is our primary trading range right here, right now, and we've done a 50% back test. So be very mindful of that scenario going forward here. That they very well may want to come up here and finish this 698, uh, a double top, complete the pattern. But we did get a 78.6 rejection today, and we have to be mindful of that. So guys, it's really important to note, do you notice how I did these regression lines on the way up? And then now I'm doing them on the way down, and I drew this Fibonacci off the ones coming down. And after I move my line to where it's supposed to be, that line, the up line actually lines right up with the 61.8. So we actually closed a little bit more bullish or bearish on the uptrend by closing below that 61.8. Okay, so that basically 694, we closed below that, so that actually opens the door for a little bit more bearish action in the markets. Okay, that's one of my main takeaways going into this. But this is actually a consolidation area. You're really wanting to be on the bullish or bearish side. You know, uh, uh, to push towards a direction on the trend. We're right completely neutral, so we're coming into tomorrow morning completely neutral on the bearish trend. So it's very likely that we could just come in completely flat tomorrow, okay, and still digest sideways, trying to decide whether or not to take us higher or take us lower, knowing that our two main targets would be 698 to the upside or 686, basically 686 to the downside. Those are our two main targets going forward into tomorrow's session. And we want to definitely keep that in the back of our minds, see if that plays out here. But see, even in the after hours trading right here, this one here, this one here is being defended. So, that just gives you some ideas how the pivots are working out here, and how, sometimes it's best not to be taking a swing position in SPY, Qs, or the Russell. And in this situation, since we are right 50% of this move, at 50%, we're completely neutral of the current trend that we're in. So you don't really want to take a directional move into tomorrow's session, because you're flipping a coin, 50-50 odds that it's going to be higher or lower into tomorrow's session. So just be very mindful of that. So, that could save you a lot of money. Tell you when you should be taking swings and when you shouldn't be taking them. And tonight's session, in my opinion, you should not be taking a swing position based off of where the regression levels are falling out here. Hopefully this will help you out. Please leave comments below and like the video if it helps you. Thanks a lot.